I'm going to go back and tell you a little story about me. Okay, when I first got active in the acquisition world, I was in my 20s. I was a little arrogant. I felt I knew more than most other people, and I wasn't so tuned in or conscious of what the seller's needs were. And I found it was a little hard getting across the finish line. And so fortunately for me, very early in my 20s, I started to realize that the way to do acquisitions was not to do what was best for me. It was to create mutual wins for every faction of what it took to bring a acquisition to the finish line. So I had to figure out a way for the seller to win. I had to figure out a way for investors to win. I had to figure out a way that the employees and the management of that company would want to stay and be highly active and aggressive in building the company. I had to figure out ways that the community had to win so that they would support this acquisition. Suppliers had to win so that they wanted to help this company to grow at the faster level that I wanted to bring business to this company. And so whether it was customers, suppliers, investors, lenders, sellers, a seller's family. I know that may sound crazy, but sellers have a family, and they care very much about what their family thinks of this transaction. So sometimes the spouse of that particular owner isn't excited about seeing that their husband or wife tied to the business again. So how do we make this work for the family so that they get more quality family time as a result of how the acquisition is structured? And it all comes down to value added. So what I learned very quickly is that it was silly for me to think about buying a company unless I knew I could add so much value in the way in which I structured the deal and in the way in which I brought business structures and strategies to the company, that there was such a huge win after the deal closed that I could share that win with all of those constituencies. And once shared, everybody supported that deal. Everybody wanted it to happen, and everybody wanted to be part of it. And when you structure it that way, you can close literally deal after deal, and they work afterwards.